So my name is Heather. Thank you so much for bringing Mason to have his car seat inspected. We're so grateful, and we just want to make sure that he leaves even safer than he arrived. So thank you so much for coming, Mason. Thank you for coming, buddy. We appreciate it. So thank you for filling out your paperwork. I appreciate it. I see here that Mason is 10 months old, weighs 23 pounds, and is 24 inches long. And so I appreciate you filling all of that out because what we're able to do is look at the labels and make sure that he is within the height and weight limit. And so looking at your paperwork and looking at the labels, he absolutely is. So that's great. So we know that he's going to be safe in there, okay? All right. So when you had him in the seat when you arrived, we looked and we were sure that his harness straps are in the correct position on the mat or below the shoulders for a rear-facing kiddo, because we want that seat to cradle him and ride out the force of a crash in case that you're in one. And so what that means is that seat is going to cradle him around, kind of like a baseball glove. It's going to catch him, and he's going to be pushed down into that seat. That's why we want those harnesses at or below his shoulders when you've got him there. So great job there. We did notice that your seatbelt buckle is coming out of a different hole in the cloth from where it's coming out of the shell. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to just sit him in the seat, not the buckle in there or anything. We're going to sit him in the seat, look at where he's come out of the wheel, we're going to sit him on it. So if he's bigger, we'll need to move it out from this hole, actually. So this one, I think, goes from like 4 or 5 pounds up to 35 pounds, and so we just probably routed the whole way with her. Things like that happen, and we'll show you what it is. So one more thing I wanted to talk to you about really quickly are what we call non-regulated items. So those are items that didn't come with the vehicle when you purchased it, but didn't come with the first vehicle. A lot of people don't know, but the state law in Texas states that a child has to be in a car seat or seat until 8 years old or 12 years old. And the car seat has to be used for protective. So that means that it's your prerogative which seat that you choose and all of that, but we do know that even if you have a cute little toy like this that is soft, it could possibly be a tire if you put it to a crash. Or this great shade that you have here, it could come unattached if you have a crash, and this could fall on things then. So we just want to let you know about those things that could happen because these things weren't actually purchased with the seat tested. So we just have to make sure that you have all of the information so that you can make a decision as to how you carry your kid over here. Okay? Okay. All right, Mom. So the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about, like I said, we saw that the harnesses were in a good place and things like that, and we're going to work on this buckle when we take it out. But we did notice too, when we check the tightness of the install of the seat, we grab it at the belt path, and in this case, the belt path is going to be, and you can step over here and look if you'd like, right here where you've got those lower anchors. That's where you've got the actual seat installed into the vehicle. So you're going to take your hands and put on either side of the seat, right here where this lower anchor belt path is, and you're going to try to slide side to side. We don't want it to go more than an inch front to back or side to side, and that's right about at an inch. So it's a little too loose. And the reason I think that we have a looser fit than we want is going to be this mat that you've got the seat. So what I think we need to do is uninstall the seat completely, take it out, remove this mat, and then we'll look at the different ways that we can install this seat and see what gives you the best fit. Okay? Sounds good. We did that. We just pulled this up. So this has a little tab that holds it down. And so we just pulled this cloth up and we were able to grab it. Do you see how there are 2 holes right there in the shell? You just like there are 2 holes here.
So this one was just routed through the shelf here, but the cloth up here. So we just want to make sure we move that because we don't want that extra room between, like, because the cloth is pulling it up here and it feels like you're going to get a tight harness on him, but you won't if you've got cloth in between. That's a good almost 2 inches that it would move if you were in a crash and if you would have room to move. So I'm really glad that we got to fix that. So we'll do it. So what we can do is kind of pull up this cloth and pull it through the one where it's already routed, where it's coming out of the seat. If you can just set him down in there and let us measure where his little bubble is so we can make sure he's not sitting on there. Hi, buddy. Come on. Is his bottom all the way to the back? Yeah, so see how he's not sitting on that? So we don't have to move it, and this is closer to him, which is going to give him a better fit anyway. Okay, you can come out now, buddy. Oh, yes. All right, buddy. All right, Mama. So if we decide not to use the lower anchors and we decide to use the seatbelt instead, this has a storage area for these. The base does. And so we can just put these right here for storage. And that way, it will be out of the way. It will not be in the way of the belt pack because this is where the seatbelt's going to go if you use the seatbelt. And then if you want to use these, you just slide them right back through here and we're good to go. Okay, Mom, so the first thing we're going to try is we're going to look at a seatbelt installation back here. So as I mentioned a second ago, when you want to use the seatbelt, you're just going to put it through where the blue label is that says rear facing lower anchor strap or seatbelt. So that tells you you're going to put either the lower anchor or the seatbelt through the same belt pack, which is nice because you don't have to wonder where it goes. It shows you. And so what we'll do is just buckle it in. Okay, so we're going to make sure we get all the slack out of this lap belt position or lap belt portion, excuse me, of the seat belt. Then what you're going to do is you're going to pull the seat belt all the way out till it stops. Once it stops, you're switching that retractor in there, which is the place the seat belt comes out from, and you're changing it to being locked. You hear how that doesn't move, and you see how no more is coming out when I pull it. So that is staying locked. It's in lock mode. So that's going to give us a good tight fit. So that's obviously way too loose, right? See how loose that is? It's crazy loose. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our hand and put it kind of toward the belt pack, but not over the seat belt because we don't want to keep it from moving. Then we're going to take and we're going to pull out and then up. Did you hear the clicks? Did you hear the clicks more? So it got a little tighter. So now it's not moving more than okay. So we can leave it like this, or we have to take it all the way out and let it go all the way back in to switch it from locking, by the way. That's how we can do the locking. All right, Mom, I hate to distract you from the cute kid, but the way that we can install this, other than the seatbelt, are going to be these lower anchors. And the way that we do that is we just push them through this belt pack area, the same place that we just had that seatbelt. So what I like to do, first of all, we need to make sure that the smooth part is on the top, always. It goes on the top just like this. So when we install it, it goes like this, pull down, pull back, and it's just smooth. I like to go to the other side from this extended one, because this, you can make it longer if you need to get in. So I'm going to go to this side first and install this hook. Okay. So the way that you tell where these hooks go, your vehicle has these little tabs, and it has a picture of a child in a child safety seat, and so that's going to show you exactly where these two go. Okay. So I'm going to go to this side first. That side in, I heard it click, so I knew it was in there. That's how you can tell. And the other other side is flat on the top, just like this. There we go. So we heard them click. We know they're in there safely. But as you can see, still moving around, still way too loose. So we have to go by the same rule that we went by with the seatbelt, which is no more than an inch side to side. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this part up through that hole. The same little belt path that we just put that through, okay? So we're gonna pull it. So we're gonna get it as tight as we can get it. So we can see it's a lot tighter, but still not tight enough, all right? So we're gonna do the same thing we did a second ago with the seatbelt. We're gonna put our hand here. We're gonna pull to make it tighter. So now that's not more than an inch, but I still don't like how loose it is. So I'm gonna put a little more weight. And the reason I said to pull it up through here and not back here is because remember I said this side has the tightener and the loosener on it. So if you're pulling this way, you're pulling away. You're pulling the opposite direction from where you need to go. You need to be pulling this way to get it tighter. So that's why I said go back. You can see now, you're not going anywhere. So we grab it, like I said, on both sides, trim that belt pack, and it's not going to. You can also see that your little level is still in the right place. So we know that the car seat is in here. Alright, so now that I've showed you how to install the seat, I'm going to take him and I'm going to let you install the seat, and then we will take another look as soon as you're finished. Hi, Buggy. Hi. So, Mom, you did a great job installing the seat. I checked it and made sure it was nice and snug. So, very, very good. I'm proud of you. Thank you again so much for bringing Mason to make sure that he is as safe as he can be.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. So now the last thing we're going to do is we're going to let you go ahead and get him buckled in, harnessed in, get ready to go, and then you'll be ready to take off after. So if you want to go ahead and get him in, I know he might not like it, but we'll just check and make sure he's in there snugly like he should be. Mason, good job. Yay, you're so good. So Mom, we're pinching this and we can't get any extra excess webbing, so we're in good shape. Little Mason is so much safer than he arrived, and we're so glad that you came, like I said. So please just consider removing the other non-regulated items like the come with the car or the car seat when you get home. And Mason, you be safe, okay? Mommy's got you so safe. You're so welcome, buddy. Bye bye.